Hey YouTube, it's Aiden here, and this is a little short how-to video. My friend Brent, you guys probably know him. He wanted suggested to me that it's a good idea to take the little things that I've learned and put it out there. So I'm doing it. First, I'm gonna show you guys how to make like a simple pump, and then I'm going to show you how to make like a simple STP device. Sorry, this light is pissing me off. I've noticed that nothing quite works better than buying a pump or buying an STP, but when you don't have a lot of money or you're trying to save for something like me, it's really not worth it to spend the $30 or spend the 100 or 70 or whatever amount of dollars it costs to make a pump. So first I'm going to show you how to make a pump, because it's a little bit more difficult than not having a pump than making the STP. Sorry. So I had purchased an STP. This was my STP. It went in here. The tube ran through here and came out the front, and then it had a medicine spoon, like a plastic medicine spoon. But the problem with it is, like, look, this is it, like, without anything in it. It's pretty big. It's like just thick, and you can imagine with the medicine spoon, it stood up like this. So pushing it down, like, that was way too much bulge for my liking. So I took it out, and then I was just using this tube. It was this tube, except it was like, a lot longer. Fit through the whole thing, and there was a medicine spoon attached. I was using the tube, and that's it. And then what happened with the tube was that it started to like crack and rip in the front, I guess because it had nothing around it to protect it. So then I would cut it shorter and shorter and shorter, and then of course I dropped the plastic medicine spoon. Sorry. I dropped the plastic medicine spoon and it broke. And I tried to fix it with tape, but like it was like hurting, you know. Like imagine a sharp plastic piece against you hurts a lot. So, what I figured was I'm like, okay, well there goes my SCP, whatever. Now if I really need to, I just have a packer and not an SCP. So I figured, well, what can I do? What can I do? And it took me a while to figure this out, but this is my syringe for shooting. I know you're gonna say like, oh wow, that's really big. It's not actually that big. It's normal size, but my injection needle is an inch and a half as opposed to just an inch, and that's because when I first started T a year and a half ago, they only had the 1.5 inchers available. So I use 1.5. I'm almost done with my box, and then I'll move to back down to a 1. But I've just been using 1.5 forever. I just don't push it in as far. But that's irrelevant. This is the part that you need. Okay. This is literally going to be your pump. You're going to start down here, and you're going to pump up. Okay. This part right here is all swirly, and there's a little nudge right here. I don't know if you can actually see it. Yeah, see how it slightly dents down right here? Okay, it kind of goes like this. What you're going to do is you're going to cut that off. Okay, you're going to cut that. I took have like a really perforated knife, serrated edge. Cut it right off. This was the tubing. If you have a long enough tubing, you can actually just like buy this at Home Depot or any type of tubing you can find. If you have an old STP just lying around, you can cut some of it off. So this is the tubing, and when this is cut off, what you do is it's going to look like this when it's cut off, okay? And then you're going to take this and this, and you're going to take a lighter. I don't think I have a lighter. Don't have a lighter, but you take a lighter and you're going to melt this part, and then while this is hot, you're just going to take this and stick it right on. Bam. You're going to let it sit for like a minute or two, and it should melt. If you have the right size tubing, that's the most important part. The tubing has to like almost fit this perfect. It doesn't have to be 100%, but it's got to be pretty, like, it's a little hard for me to pull this off because it sticks pretty well. So you melt this down, put the tubing on, and then just wait a second. And literally, that's all you do. This should adhere to the plastics, should pretty much melt each other. And then there you go. You start up here and you have a little STP. Obviously, you're usually too big, or I'm too big to fit in this part. But that's the best part about this is mine's broken right now. Like, if it breaks, I just reheat it up and it works fine again. But this, you can literally get bigger and bigger sizes as long as it fits on here. I have been using this. I don't use it that often, but I made it because I wanted to. I was like on a 2-week trip of using it like 3 times a week, but for like 20 minutes or so. But so I haven't grown any bigger than this. The other thing I've noticed is you don't really get, or at least personally, what I've noticed is you don't really get wider. You just get longer. So if anything, I would just get a bigger piece and a bigger piece and a bigger piece, so on and so forth. But this works really good if you're starting off. I'm a year and a half on, so I mean, it's still good for me, you know. So that's my pump. Next, I just made this literally like 5 whole minutes ago. This is a medicine spoon. Oh, an eyedropper for like kids. You squeeze in here, right, and it boop, 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 drops out. Okay, this piece can come off if need be, and it comes right back on. This, notice how the bottom is cut off, and if I turn it around, this is indented. So now this almost looks like exactly what the STP that was in here looked like, but it's plastic here, so it doesn't hurt me when I put it up against me, and it's just more flexible, so I can put it in my pocket or whatever. It's just more comfortable more than anything. The other good thing is I can never tell if like this part of my old STP was straight, so if I align it with these guys on the side, I know that as long as this is straight up against me, that this part of the little cup part is going to fit perfect on me. I pretty much had it cut kind of small, and then I tried it out, it kind of overflowed. Then I cut it up a little bit more, and this seems to be a good match for me. You kind of just have to experiment with it, but I just took a scissor and cut it off. You know, it's not all perfectly rounded or anything, but it works. And then again, I took a serrated knife and I just cut this. Again, I started off cutting a little bit, but I noticed it was like literally tapping out like an eyedropper, and it was backing up in the back. So I went ahead and cut it a little more, a little more, a little more, and that was it. I mean, it's really freaking simple, and I'm like, I've had this medicine spoon forever. Why did I not think of this like years ago? So, I mean, I've only used it at home. I literally just made it, like I said, 5 minutes ago, but I'm going to try it out today and see how it works. But again, it's, you know, these things are like $5 or under. They're probably less, but I don't even, this is so old, I don't even remember when I bought it. I just remember buying it and thinking, oh, I can do something with it, and I never did, and now I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to do it. So, this is my pump, and this is my STP, and again, it's really simple. If you have any questions, leave a comment, and I'll get back to you, but, you know, it's really simple, which is awesome. And as far as packing, like I said, this is too big for me. I like pack really, really old school. I just put a sock down there, and it works out fine. So, as far as saving on a packer, that's really good too. But to do a little plug, sometime this week, I am going to set up a PayPal specifically for the fundraiser, and I'm actually going to try to get my friend who's going to help me make a little like PayPal here, click, and it'll bring you straight to that. And I'm going to try to put it, anybody who wants to put it on their website, that would be awesome. It's just going to be like some type of code where you put it in and then the little picture shows up. And if you don't have money like me and you're using all these things and a sock, you know, again, just plug in my fundraiser here that I'm going to start by the end of this week, you know, $5 for the Packer raffle and $10 for the binder raffle. So keep that in mind, and maybe you'll be able to upgrade to like something that's, you don't find in like the baby food section of your CVS. So peace out. I hope this helps some people, and again, if you have any questions, leave them below and I'll be more than happy to answer them. And my hands are full of dye because I was working earlier, so don't think I'm like bleeding or something on camera. So peace.